Hello and welcome to this edition of Get Off My Lawn, Old Man Gaming with Big Sky 35. I know that's a lot of words, but I like it and I'm going to stick with it because I picked it. Uh, Today I'm going to show you a couple of returns I got. I do gaming, trying to get my setup right, but this is just to get our feet wet, get a few people seeing it. I'll have some games coming up later this week. But this weekend, I just want to show us off. I've had them sitting here for a little while. I need to get them sleeved up and where they need to go off my table. So next, first one is going to be Batman Spikes of Death. And, you know how the Batman goes. That probably won't be there for long. Uh, Next is uh, Robin in Action, and it's got the thud on there. Now, these were made actually before the TV show. So I believe there is a red and green versions of these Batman cards. And what do you mean by that is like right here's the black bat. They have a red and a green one. I believe this one, the likenesses are not very good, or they're not even close to the TV show, the 66 Batman. But those, the likenesses are a little bit better. And I'll be looking to get those. Now that I have this, once I get this set, I have about 10 or 11 cards left to get graded. And I'll have this set done. Robin to the rescue. So it's all Batman in the spikes. You know, Robin's going to save him. And these are not high grades. I bought this set at a show in Hickory, North Carolina. I actually got a good deal on them. Actually, the Batman, which is considered like the rookie card of this set, which is not, because there's actually older cards of Batman out there. There was a TV show of him before this one. So there is actually cards out there of him older than this. Topps Batman, and also comic books. 23 Narrow Escape. So 4.5 is actually a pretty good. A lot of these soft, not centered at all. 1966 Topps Batman, Bubble or Double Cross, Penguin. So 2 is a 2. You see discoloration. There's no creases in them. These were well loved. Topps Batman Umbrella Duel. So 1.5 Penguin Captured. These at the back, and I will try to update some of these. I like to have them, 4.5-ish, but it's kind of down my road of things to do with my monies. The Catwoman one. The outfit is pretty close to what she wore on the show, but the actual features, if you ever saw the show, it had 2 different Catwomen that played the Catwoman on the show. This one is pretty close to the original, but later on, a little different. This one is a 1. I was a little shocked. Oh, I got writing on the back of it. I did not know that. So there you have it. And that's it for that one. Like I said, I got like 11 more. That's from SGC. I started that one in SGC. Now I'm going to be doing some Star Wars, which I do have at SGC, but I just had my last 2 batches from CGC. They did not do this one. I'm going to check with SGC. I'm going to send an email to them. This is actually a Pops product. The problem is there's not a year on the card. They do have it's from their pop culture run. It has the artist name, but you can find these on eBay very easily. I sent an extra just in case. It got damaged. That was not there before. I know they took it out. They had to put this on it and stick it on there. But I did not have that whiting on before. Things happen. I'm not angry. Uh, I've heard of things. I've had nail prints come from other companies in the card that I know was not there. I think somebody takes with nails and pulls cards out, or they cut down the side and pull the card out. Uh, so it's not the first time, but I still like to get this encapsulated. It's not a rare card, but it's also not one that you see a lot. Let me take this out. Get the full effect. See, I got the corners hung when I took it out. So, I just like the art card. There is a other half to this. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi in a famous fight. That's the green one. So this is half of an actual dual card that they made. So, a little disappointed that it didn't get graded, but it's not the end of the world, right? It happens. I didn't pay for it. It is what it is. This next one is Miss Monet, but she doesn't go. I can't remember. I meant to look up and have in memory her real name. It's Casca Reeves, but Sasha Banks or Monet, what she goes by now, the legit boss, legit blueprint, whatever she's calling herself. I love her as a wrestler, and I love her in this character. It's an awesome story how she became the character. The way the story goes is she showed up. She used her real name. Nobody in the room knew who she was except for a helper. And when she left, everybody was like, really, she was in shape. She was a Mandalorian. She was, fit the part. And he was like, y'all don't know who that is, do you? And I had to explain to him who it was. But on the credit, she uses her real name. One of the most famous scenes. This is the Princess Leia. This is from leading up to The Force Awakens. I was looking up some of the prices for these because they actually, I'm not a price guy, but I had to look them up to fill the paperwork out. And I was pleasantly shocked. I've been trying to get this. I have an autograph of her, if you look behind me, of Carrie Fisher in the Return of the Jedi. It's slave costume. Now they're calling it something else because that's a dirty word. Yeah. Love this as a comic strip. This is from the actual Rogue One mission briefing. Shore Troopers. I'm a big Stormtrooper collector. It goes way back from when I was a little kid during Empire or New Hope, just seeing the Stormtroopers and like, who are they? Why are they in there? It just, it once like you didn't know that they were human until the Han Solo and Luke Skywalker put on the uniform. Then you kind of, and then they talked a couple of times during that whole scene. This is Star Wars Rebels. I really like this cartoon. It's probably outside of Empire Strikes Back, in order: Empire Strikes Back, New Hope, Rebels, and then Empire Strikes Back, New Hope, Return of the Jedi, and then Rebels. That's how I kind of, and then probably Rogue One. But I just, the cartoon, the drawing, it was a little weird for me. It's a little anime-ish the buckets looked right, but the body wasn't the size of a stormtrooper. It was a little, and I'll show you like right here. Like here's what it looks like in real. It's not the same, but you know, I got used to it. I really love that cartoon. It was great. Uh, love Ahsoka's basically live action of that. Star Wars Throwback Thursday, Stormtrooper. This was probably my favorite throwback set. Um, beautiful cards. Just remind me of the old 77 set, how they did the portraits for that, where the characters stood there and took pictures. I believe this is probably one of them from that era picture. 9.5 on Princess Leia. Just love that card. Darth Vader, 9.5. I mean, that's just awesome picture of Darth Vader, black with the red. Awesome. So this is probably the most iconic scene in all of Star Wars lore. Who shot first? It has been changed in movies several times. It depends on the era that they re-released the movie, it seems, between Han Solo and Greedo. Sometimes you got to have the good guy shoot second. Sometimes he's got to be a tough guy and shoot first. But most of all, you got to understand he's a scumbag. He's, Han shot first, man. But this is from the Galactic Moments countdown to episode 9. Ugh. That was easy for you to say. Han and Greedo. It should have been who shot first. I have that in a pop figure. They have it also out in a black figure. I should have got it when it was out. I kept putting it off, so it was a little pricey. My money was going elsewhere, and now it's really pricey. Smart man once told me today's high prices are tomorrow's bargains, so you always remember that. Boba Fett Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. Another beautiful set. Didn't buy them all, just got the ones that I really liked. Darth Vader, same set. 10s. Look at that card. That is just an awesome card, man. Just awesome. Awesome. Love that card. This is one here where half the shield of the face shows through. Anakin, Darth Vader. This is from Star Wars Chrome. So now Topps, Fanatics, whatever you want to call, they actually have a Star Wars flagship. This is the Chrome to it. I'm actually opening another box. This has been, as a Topps like complete set, one of the best sets they've had. They do have a paper version. They're calling it the Star Wars flagship. Really love that they're doing that. I hope they can find enough pictures and enough content. There's absolutely enough content to keep doing it. It's just how many pictures are there. I don't like scene cards. I'll say that over and over again. This is another awesome set here. This is Star Wars Throwback Thursday. Topps. Got a pristine 10. Darth Vader. That is just beautiful. I sent these through Mike O. He needed some to complete, and I was like, well, I'll send you some, man, to help. I mean, I could have sent them in, maybe saved some bucks, but to help him out, I sent them in. Ahsoka Tano, so he gets a few more eyes. It's not bad for me to have those eyes. And my name thrown out there. So Star Wars from the same set, Ahsoka Tano. Awesome with the pristine 10. And then last but not least, said I love the Stormtroopers. So if you see a case right behind my head, that's all Stormtroopers and Clone Trooper cards. and this one will be definitely going in there. Has some autos of D. Baker, voiced the clones during Clone Wars and Rebels. Well, no, he's not in Rebels. Well, yeah, because some of the clones come in later. He does Batch 99, which is the Hunter and Echo and that group, the Bad Batch. Uh, so D. Baker is he's the voice of the clones. So I've been trying to collect him as much as possible, autographs of different clones. I have several. I also have a dual auto with him and the girl that does Ahsoka's voice in the cartoons. Um, so I can tell you though, those cards and all the Star Wars cards are going up a little bit. Needs to stop. But the Stormtrooper here, this one is Galactic Moments Countdown to Episode 9. They kind of did this in almost like the 77 set, different colors, things like that. So really got 3 pristine 10s from CGC. Man, just knock it out of the park. Thank you, Mike O, for these. SGC, I sent in on my own, I think. Or I did that through Mike O. I help out Mike whenever he needs some to round out orders. So there you have it. So that is 2 companies. Scott, why do you use 2 companies? Batman, I started with that. I also did a Topps baseball cartoon set. I like the borders for like cartoons. Actually, the Star Wars pop, but I think these clear ones, the Star Wars live action, really pop in a lot of the portrait cards. The cartoony ones, like the cartoon strips and stuff, probably would look better in the SGC holder, but I just love CGC. I'm using them more and more for my PC. I know in this world, not everything needs to be graded. So most of my stuff that I do graded is for my own. I like to display them. They look better to me displayed graded than just in a top loader or a magnet hold. I have some like that. I don't get many autographs graded unless it's one that's really that I really want to get done. I was getting all of them, and I was like, in my sports world, I don't really grade autographs because I think that's ridiculous. I want the autograph is the reason, not the card. To me, I'm old school like that. So I know in this world, like I don't think graded means as much. Please let me know if I'm way off base, because I'm not in this world as much. I have a couple of friends. We'll try to get one on to have a discussion about non-sports. Uh, and sorry I use that term. It's not a derogatory term. But I created this channel to talk about this because it seems like on my other channel, when I get off of sports stuff, it turns really fast in a negative situation. Not where people are negative. It just the attention just goes somewhere else. And in this world, you lose it, you don't get it back, and I love this stuff almost as much as anything else I have, if not as much. So I'm getting more and more into it. I think this world is more accepting, and I hope you enjoy the ride with me. Learn, and please help me on this journey. And until next time, like, share, please tell a friend. Check out Get Off My Lawn, Old Man Gaming. This 52-year-old loves pop culture. Even the new stuff. I'm not a hater. Some things I scratch my head on, and that's where the Get Off My Lawn comes from. But yeah, and hopefully I'll start live streaming more and more video games. So until next time, see ya.